Well, hello everyone again. This is JD. This is a very quick tutorial that has been requested by Graham Gardner. So thank you very much for this idea, Graham. Graham asked how I do my editing whilst keeping the same voiceover file, if you like, running consistently throughout the different shots. Now, I've taught Final Cut Pro 7 for years. Previous job I was a university lecturer, but recently I've started using Final Cut Pro 10, and it actually works with multi-clip editing much better. There is a piece of software called Pluralize which came around probably before Final Cut 10. In fact, I know it did. And what that would let you do is it would work with inside an editor such as Premiere or Final Cut 7, and it would enable you to analyze the audio waveform on each of your video files, and then it would enable you to sync the files together, and then through Final Cut 7's multicam editing, like I'm going to show you now, you could choose which video angles you wanted, but rather than cutting between the audio as well, you could keep one audio file running throughout, but changing the video angles. Now that has an advantage obviously, because it means that if you are, the way I record is that I record my lapel microphone either into one of the cameras, as I did in this example, which was my Sony A7S, or if I'm using my cheap Amazon action cameras, which don't have a microphone input unless you get a USB adapter, and also they won't record sound particularly well, I would record my audio onto something like a portable solid state audio recorder, and then I could use that audio file, much higher quality audio file, to run through the video. So I'm just going to quickly show how you can do that in Final Cut 10. So this is the video that I shot the other day. Notice that it's upside down, and that's simply because the camera was upside down, so we'll turn it around in a minute. But effectively what I've done is I brought in my three camera angles. So we've got this one here, which was one of the action cameras. We've got the footage that came off the Sony A7S camera, again upside down because that's how it was suction mounted to the window. And then also I've got my other action camera footage, which was pointing at the dials. So the question is, how do we sync them all together so that we can edit between them in real time while still keeping the high quality sound? Now the high quality sound in this example is attached to this angle. So I had my lapel microphone connected to the mini jack input on the A7S, and then providing you've got reasonable reference sound on the other cameras, so just using the little internal microphone on the action cameras, providing the software has got a waveform to work with, it will easily be able to analyze the commonality between the three audio waveforms and sync them together. So all you do, dead simple, is that you bring in your files. So I'm going to click this one, command click that one, and command click that one. Okay, and then all we do is, and let me just zoom in a little bit for you. So I've clicked on the, ignore this one, this is the multi-clip edit that I've done previously. So these are my three angles. We right click and we go new multicam clip, and it will say up here, how do you want to sync them? So we're going to tick use audio for synchronization. Now if we had common time code across all of our clips, we could sync through that, but we haven't. These are just cheap little cameras. So as long as there's reasonable what I call reference sound on all three cameras, it should line them up. So we're going to use the audio for synchronization, and we'll call it multicam, whatever you want to call it. Go OK, and what it's doing is basically analyzing the audio waveforms on each of the three cameras, and then it will sync it together. Now I can already tell there's a problem here, because it sometimes for some reason it will sit. Let's just close that and do the same thing again. I'm never convinced if it takes that long that it's working. Let's try that again. There you go, much quicker. So I knew there was a problem. I don't know why it does that, but effectively what it's done now is it's analysed the audio and created a synchronized clip. Now if I double click on this clip plot, you can see very cleverly that it synchronized those three pieces of footage together by using the audio waveform. You can actually, if we zoom in, you can actually see that the waveform matches. You see there's that dip here, look, and there's a dip here, and there's a dip here. So you can actually even, that was quite interesting, you can actually see when I started the camera's recording. So as you can see, I started this camera recording first, and then this one comes in, which was the A7S, and then this one comes in. And what I want to do is edit between them in real time. So first thing to do is any adjustments we want to make to the three angles. So that might be a bit of color grading. In the simplest form here, I've obviously got to rotate the angles. So this one here, look, is correct, so that's fine. If I click on the little monitor here, what this will do is make this angle viewable, so you can see it's upside down. So let's just click over here, go into the inspector, and we will go 180 degrees, and straight away the camera is now the right way around. And we'll do that for the A7S one as well. So again, click on the little monitor, there we go, go over here, and again let's go 180 degrees, and there we go. What an ugly fella he is. So that's now synced them together. Now all I want to do is my edit. So we're going to go back one step. Let's now drag this multi-clip into the edit, and notice here that the first angle is the one that's obviously visible. So what we do is we go into my little monitor here, and we click view, and we click show angles, and you can see as I scrub along, you can see the angles starting to appear, if you like. So as we saw earlier, the first angle I started recording first, then I turn the A7S on, which is there, look, sorry, not the A7S, the second action camera, and I checked to see if it was recording, and then I press record on my A7S, and you can see that they are perfectly in sync. Yeah, so it's synced. Let me just zoom in a little bit on that. You can see that if I scatter along there, move my hand, scratch my nose, you see it's synced together. So all we need to do now is tell it which of these three angles we want to get the audio from. Now you can see here that there's a yellow box round the active angle, which makes sense here. But then what I want to do is if I click on here, look, which has got a little video and a sound, it says enable video and audio switching. If I were to do that, when I click on each angle, you see the yellow box moves, but it's also got an audio waveform here, which is telling me that as well as switching the camera angle, I'm also switching the audio as well, which is not what I want. Let's just undo that because it's actually recording these edits on the timeline. So let's go to where it starts, so say around there. Actually no, we'll go to where I start speaking, which was somewhere around here. Now listen, I don't know whether you'll be able to hear this on my microphone, but I'll turn the volume up. Listen to the quality of the audio that it's picking up from the GoPro. So if I hit play at the moment, I'll just move my microphone a bit closer for you. That would be the audio that we've got on the camera pointing at the dials. Let me now click onto the other one. This will be now the sound that's coming off the second action camera in the M140, and I've positioned a camera in front of the... That's not bad, but now if we listen to... let's redo that. Now if we listen to the audio that's coming off the lapel mic, which is obviously the bottom camera, discovered about a week ago, and hopefully which was to do with, even on this little microphone that I'm picking it up with, you can tell the difference, the automatic gearbox from my previous video. Now watch what happens if I have it on audio and video switching. So I'll hit play and I'll do a little bit of editing, and literally you can do this in real time just like you were live mixing in a live gallery environment, for example. If I hit play now, look, I mentioned that I believed that it was possible from, say, gear 8 to gear 3, rather than having to go, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you can see that didn't work particularly well. Hopefully this has come across. What I want to be able to do is just change the video, but keep the audio coming from this one. So all we do, let's just undo that edit. Okay, add it back again. So all we do is we click on the bottom one, which is where the audio is coming from, and then I'm going to just click on here where it says, is it going to give me that little bit of info? No. Oh, there we go, look, enable video only switching. So now what should happen, look, is when I switch, if we hit play now, you see we've now got a green and a blue box, which is telling it that the audio is coming from here, but the picture is coming from here. So when I start speaking... Well, hello, JD here again. This is just going to be a very quick update. I'm just driving home from work in the M140, so I thought I would do a quick update. I've now done 500... And you can see that it kept the audio running from the bottom angle whilst changing the video, and if I play that back it will have recorded those edits in. So let's just play that back. Well, hello, JD here again. This is just going to be a very quick update. I'm just driving home from work in the M140, so I thought I would do a quick update. I've now done 534, and that's how you do it. Okay, so I hope that was useful, Graham, and I hope that's useful for anybody else watching. Obviously audio video training is something which is completely separate to what I've kind of led this channel to becoming now, but I have got lots of tutorials on this kind of thing. Do check out my channel. There might be a few on my channel from a few years ago, but I will perhaps put a few more on if anybody's interested in that kind of thing. Okay, so thanks for watching. My next video is going to be for Mr. John Lambert, I think, and that's going to be actually no, I'll do that at the weekend. John wants to see a full tour of the car, engine, infotainment system, etc. But somebody this evening, and I'm just going to have to quickly remind myself who it was. Who was it? Thank you very much for all your comments, by the way. It was Tate Lawrence would like to see... No, it's not Tate Lawrence. Tate Lawrence wants to see an exhaust video. Oh, that'll be happening the weekend. Cabe... No. Oh, bear with me. What was his name? I do beg your pardon. Gary Bradshaw would like a video of the infotainment system and how easy it is or difficult to enter the full postcode, and can this be done via voice commands, etc. That's going to come. I'm going to go into the garage now and try and record that for you. So hopefully that will go live either this evening or tomorrow. That'll be the what will that be, the something like the 8th of June. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.